How's it going, my truant people? Dr. Slacking, the Slacking Doctor, back with episode 4 of our Pokemon Heart Gold Nuzlocke. And if you missed the last episode, I recommend you go and check that out. We added one new team member with Shiraz the Wynaut joining us. Yeah, I'm recording this immediately after recording that episode, and I still don't know how to feel. I think the thing that makes me a little bit gutted with Shiraz is that, like, we could have had a Makuhita if you watched the last episode, and that would have been really, really great addition to the team. Shiraz the Wynaut somewhat feels, come on. Come on! I said last episode, like, yeah, it would be nice if we could have something that kind of helped with ice types. Charmander was right here. It was right here. Gosh, that would have been nice. That would have been so nice. Never mind. He can't have it all. And we have a decent team. I still like our team. I'm not, I'm not disappointed in what we have in the slightest. So, all we can do is push on, strive to improve the team in Sprout Tower. I believe that we can get a fishing encounter in Violet City once we get the rod. And I believe there's also an egg in Violet City. So, right now, I feel like it would be more beneficial for us to add an actual active Pokemon to the team than the egg. Do I feel like that? Our team is pretty good right now. Is it pretty good? We have 2 Pokemon, essentially. It's not that good. Yeah, I would like to take the egg in here. I could get 1 egg from Primo. I don't think we should abuse getting all 3 eggs. I don't know. What do you guys think? That's the question of the day. How many eggs should we get from Primo in here? So if you guys don't know, I'm pretty sure his name's Primo. There's this guy here. If you tell him codes, which I can look up before the next episode, if you tell him codes, he gives you an egg. It's usually Flaffy, Magby, and Elekid. Now, I don't know how the randomizer works in terms of similar strength Pokemon, but I'm guessing they would be similar strength still, so it'd still be... Although, actually, in the Doctorlock, we managed to get a... in the Fire Red Doctorlock, we managed to get a... Aerodactyl in place of a Gift Magikarp. So, it's possible that the similar strength doesn't apply super well to Gift Pokemon like that. So, let me know what you guys think. Do you think we should be allowed access to all 3? Or do you think that I should be limited to just 1 in the interest of fairness? Trying to keep the game relatively balanced. Rather than abusing that mechanic there and getting 3 gift Pokemon. I'm easy either way, whichever you guys think. Doctorlocks are hard anyway. So I'm not, like, set that... we have to make it as hard as possible, but at the same time, imagine if we hatched one of those eggs and it was a Groudon or something, then it's going to feel cheap. Maybe that's what you guys think. Maybe we should hatch all 3 and take our pick from what's actually seems balanced within the 3 and release the others. I don't know. I don't know exactly the best way to go about it, but one thing that is very nice is having Morissette, a ground type, able to resist the poisons for Maypole here. As the Ekans actually just goes for the wrap. But as soon as we learn, like, Earthquake or something, that would be fantastic for Morissette. It'd be really, really good to be able to deal some damage back to these things. Some super effective damage. I'm going to shut my door now because my dog seems to have buggered off. So we can do that now, which is excellent. Yeah, once we get, like, Earthquake, Earth Power, something like that, and we can actually hit things like this Ekans and Nidoran that we faced last episode a little bit harder, rather than having to lose a bunch of health, slowly kind of whistling them down with the water gun. Unfortunately, Morissette isn't very strong. Very bulky, able to soak up hits, but in a Doctorlock, that just means that Morissette is going to be burning through our potions. Aaron is coming in here. I believe that it's Steel and Rock type. I know that Aggron is, of course, but I'm pretty sure Aaron also is. I don't think it's pure Steel. I think it's Steel and Rock, so this should be a super effective hit. If it doesn't, I thought it was just going to kill it straight up. With 3 levels higher than you, with twice the level of you. How on earth did you survive that? I don't know. Morissette's got to get a little bit stronger, Morissette. We need you. Maybe we have a negative special attack nature. I can't quite remember. No, I think we had like a negative special defense or something. I'm pretty sure we had a bad nature in terms of bulk, which wasn't ideal. Pineco is, I was going to say problem. Not a problem, but a bit annoying. I guess Morissette again. Wow. Morissette is really coming through in this early game where we're facing a lot of poison types, a lot of bugs. I guess... if the randomizer works off the base stat total of the Pokemon, so it looks at if you added up all of their stats, their attack, their HP, their defense, whatever, if it works off that as like a total number, and then randomizes to Pokemon with a similar number, then there's going to be a lot of bugs, a lot of poisons that are relatively weak because those typings in general, compared to say dragons, have a low base stat total. So we're probably just going to find a lot of those early game. in which case Morissette will be fantastic. Morissette will be hugely useful. But hopefully we can get something in Sprout Tower. It gives us a little bit more offensive power, because at the minute we've got Maypole with a bad nature for its physical attack. We have Morissette. Let's have a look at Morissette's nature. I'm pretty sure it was like negative special defense, yeah, and plus special attack. We actually have a plus special attack nature, and we still aren't doing any damage to anything. I'm not going to heal Morissette yet, because I'm going to try and look for an encounter first. Maybe. Let's see what this item is. Power Weight. I have no idea what that does. That sounds like an EV training item, so maybe it boosts defense if you have a Pokemon holding it, or something like that. A Pokemon held item that promotes HP gain on leveling, but reduces the speed stat. That actually would be really, really good to give to Morissette, because Morissette is already very slow. But increasing... So EVs, if you don't know, are effort values. When your Pokemon levels up, it gains a certain amount of EVs as well as just a natural bump that it gets to its stats, depending on what Pokemon it's faced and what items it's held. So, in this case... we would basically be getting less EVs for our speed than we normally would, but we'd be getting more for our HP. And with a Pokemon like Morissette, Wooper, and Quagsire, they're already very slow naturally. It doesn't really hurt to lose the speed in return for some extra bulk to be able to soak up hits, so that we can just get a bit more longevity. And wow, there's nothing here. There is just nothing here. I guess we'll take on this guy because we're not having any luck. Yeah, it's just, I guess, a way of min-maxing, right? You know, you minimize your investment into your worst stat, your speed, and you maximize your kind of investment into your best quality, your bulk. So, I think that would be pretty good for us. A really useful item, I suspect. And of course, we will be able to find items like choice bands and stuff in this game. I think... Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to do that. I think all the choice items were released in Gen 4, but I might be mistaken. But I think we can get like choice band, choice specs, we can get EV items. This is when they really made the push to make competitive more of a thing, I guess. Do you know what we should have done last time with Trico? Instead of healing it up with that potion that we used before we used the Pokemon Center in the last episode, we should have just gone and found a weak Pokemon that we could... oh my god, Bulbasaur is a problem. Yeah, grass poison types are a problem because they would just destroy Morissette. Oh, that's a big problem. I mean, it's only level 3. It's only level 3. I think we'll be alright. Yeah, we should just kind of find a weak Pokemon to use Absorb last episode before we healed, and that way we wouldn't have had to burn a potion. I didn't think of that, because we were only, I think, 2 HP off being full or something, and we had to burn a potion, which is not ideal. So, yeah, that Bulbasaur, not as much of a threat as I thought. However, that typing in general, I was not reading what that said, that typing in general will be a problem for us later in the game. So I think these things might have Sonic Boom, and if they do, Sonic Boom basically always has a fixed 20 HP damage, and that is pretty scary early game. So hopefully we can just take this thing out. We get a crit. I don't know if it mattered, but it means we don't have to take 20 HP damage straight away. Early game, Sonic Boom's a little bit of a number. Is it 20 or 40? It might actually be 40. No, that's Dragon Rage. I think Sonic Boom's only 20. It still would be a 2-hit KO on everything on our team. It's a very, very scary move early game. Did we play on Switch the last time we played, or did we play on set mode? I think we were supposed to play on set. I think that it's just occurred to me. If you watched the last Dr. Lock, let me know. But I think we're supposed to play this on set, and we've been playing on shift, which gives us the option to switch after an opponent's Pokemon faints. I don't think we had that in the last one. Or maybe we did, because it's already quite a hard series. I'm going to go back and check that between episodes. Ooh, we can change the window here. What goes well with... That goes quite well with our layout, I feel. I quite like that. Let's see. I don't know why. This is like... You know when you forget this is in the game, and then when you find it, you're like, oh yeah, I haven't set my frame. I think I'm going to go with this one. I feel like that kind of matches the layout a little bit. The bit before the Pokemon go in, before we catch them. It kind of matches that colour a little bit. Maybe it doesn't. Maybe it's in my head, but I feel like it does. So we've got a little bit of cash now from defeating those 2 trainers. Really nice. We find the leftovers. That is incredible. That is passive recovery each turn that we stay in. So that is a way of kind of getting our Pokemon some healing without having to burn through... Oh, I need to click trash then. Without having to burn through items. So we definitely want to give this to Maypole for now. As time goes on, that might change. We might give it to something else like Morissette. But for now, that would have given us our 2 HP that we had to heal on Maypole last time, so that would have been really useful. I am going to heal Morissette now, because I don't know why I'm not doing, to be honest. I'm kind of hanging off doing it as if I'm going to gain something by doing that, but I might as well heal Morissette now. We might need her. Alright. There's just no encounters here. We're just not finding anything in Sprout Tower. I want to know what our potential 6th team member is. I guess the longer it takes us to find something, the more chance I have to run back to Pokemon Center or to the Pokemon Mart and buy more Pokeballs. So, Drowsy has quite a big special defense stat, so I don't know how much this is going to do. But we should see our leftovers activate, because I don't think we're going to kill this thing in one shot. So I suspect we're going to see our leftovers activate. I sleep. I sleep. That's not good. Sleep Claws. I should be able to switch into another Pokemon and not have that go to sleep. So we'll see the leftovers either way. Look, here we go. It's going to add a lot of time because that's a very slow animation. We might have to start speeding that up a little bit. Come on, wake up. There we go. So that's just a really good way of us getting our health back. That's a fantastic item to get this early in the game. 2 really useful items, actually. Really, really useful in the power weight and the leftovers this episode. Fantastic. Fantastic additions for our team. Abra, I don't believe, has any attacking moves. So I'm pretty sure I can like switch train Gareth on this thing. And the reason I'm choosing Gareth is because Gareth has the highest potential of our current team members right now. Like, Butterfree and Glameow are kind of similar, but I feel like Glameow will be marginally more useful. So I want to focus on, or Perugly, I guess. I want to focus on getting Perugly as early as possible, I think, before we're in about Frida and Shiraz. We may as well go into Morissette here. As I say, I'm pretty sure Abra only has Teleport. If it has Hidden Power Grass here, I'm going to be very upset. But I'm pretty sure it only has Teleport, so we can do this fairly easily. We'll be able to take this thing down. Okay, he actually switches. That's really interesting. Into Oddish. That is a little bit of a problem, actually. He should go for the Absorb here. I don't see any reason for him to go for anything but Absorb. And I don't think this would have any strong Poison Stab yet. It might have, like, Acid or something. There could be, like, Poison Powder. Because I don't think we're just going to destroy this thing in one hit with Maypole. But with our leftovers here, as you can see, I'm going to have to speed that up. We should be able to take this thing... Yeah, we'll be able to beat this thing 1v1. And he doesn't even go for the Acid or the... We're going to speed that because we've got to do the leftovers. There we go. So we should be fine. We should be fine. Oddish will go down. Then the Abra will come back out. And I'm actually going to switch on the Abra again into Morissette. And just get... Yeah, just get this. I can speed this up. This is nothing. This is nothing. I don't like to use speed up, but I don't want to waste your guys' time with that. So how much money do I have in terms of buying extra Pokeballs? I don't know if you can get full incense. What does that do? I know lax incense means that opponents' moves are more likely to miss you, but what does the full incense do? An item to be held by a Pokemon. It is an exotic smelling incense that makes the holder bloated and slow moving. So it slows you down. Is that useful? Does it just attract wild Pokemon to you? Is it something a bit like that, like Illuminate or whatever the ability is that makes encounters more common? Maybe it works something a little bit like that. All right. Well, I feel like we may as well go all the way through Sprout Tower right now. And then go spend our money in the Pokemon, come back and get our encounter that way. That feels like the most efficient way to do this, the way things are going. And that is a easy KO for Maypole. We love to see it. We love to see Psyduck. Oh, Psyduck's so cute. Have you guys seen Detective Pikachu? I loved Detective Pikachu. I felt like there were a lot of people kind of coming out of Detective Pikachu and saying, hey, this isn't a great script, it isn't a great story, it isn't a great film in isolation in terms of, like, you know, if you took out the Pokemon element and you just told it as like a narrative, I guess. And I agree. Sure, it wasn't necessarily the most fantastically written story, it wasn't necessarily the most original or whatever, but if you are a fan of the Pokemon franchise, I feel like it is a must-see film, because visually, it was a bit like, you know, Avatar that came out years ago when that first came out. I get that, you know, it wasn't necessarily the best written film, wasn't going to win any Oscars for Best Original Screenplay or anything like that, but just visually, it was stunning, and I really felt like that was Detective Pikachu. I felt like as a Pokemon fan, visually getting to see, you know, realistic versions of all the Pokemon was just exciting. Even if you don't like them, it was just exciting to see. It was just interesting. Yeah, I loved it. I loved it. We'll definitely be buying the DVD and everything else. I thoroughly enjoyed it. And my boy Slacking was in there, and that was like a very hype moment for me in the cinema, because he only got like a frame or two. But just a couple of frames that he had, I was like, that's Slacking, and I was super stoked. I went to see it with Katie, and I was like nudging her, like, that's it. Really excited, because I think there were only like 40 Pokemon or total or something in the film. They didn't include that many, and that I think is a valid criticism that some people had, that, you know, maybe they felt like they should have endeavored to try and include a higher number of Pokemon in total in the film. But I don't know, I still felt like I was pretty satisfied with what we got. I wouldn't be against a sequel with slightly more or slightly different ones. Oh, that's scary. So Bide deals back double damage that's inflicted during the Bide turn. So as long as we can KO with the next one, we're fine, because he releases the energy after this. So if this doesn't KO, we'll have to sack something. But I'm really hoping this KOs. It looks like it would. It looks like it would just fine. Okay, good. Ooh, that could have been a threat. That could have been a real threat. Bide is a very scary move. Very scary move. Alright, Nidoran comes out. This is why we healed Morissette up, so that we could take on something like this. Feels weird playing it on Switch. I feel like we should be playing on set now. I'm definitely going to look that up before the next episode. It's really bothering me. Level 7. It's actually going to be quite a tough battle for Morissette. Yeah, we're not doing much. Jeez. Oh, Tail Whipping is dropping our defense to Scratches. I mean, the Scratch wasn't doing a lot. The Scratch was not doing a lot, so hopefully we can persevere and break through this Nidoran. Scratch is doing a little bit more. How much is he doing this time? 16 down to... Let's not do that again. Let's not do that again. Let's have a little bit less of that. I'm actually going to switch into Maypole, because I'm confident that Maypole will be able to kill with quick attack from here. And I don't want to deal with crits or anything like that anymore. We'll heal Morissette after battle. Look how good these leftovers are, by the way. So good. So good. Don't poison me with Poison Point. That would be really annoying. Don't do that. No, good. Okay. We don't get our leftovers for that one. That's annoying. Okay, so we will just quickly heal up Morissette, because I don't want to risk taking on anyone further ahead without Morissette. At least close to full. I feel like we're in a good spot, though. I feel like we're doing well. Swimmer Lucas. Let's see what Swimmer Lucas has got to say for himself. You showed us what you've got, and it is indeed good. Take this technical machine. However, you should care more about your Pokemon. The way you treat your Pokemon can be too harsh. Remember, Pokemon are not tools of war. Here he is, Swimmer Lucas with his new red Barnet. Humph. He calls himself the Elder, but he was no match for me. Sure enough, those who lecture how you should be nice to Pokemon, they cannot defeat me. All I care about are strong Pokemon that win every time. The rest of them don't mean anything to me. He escaped using an escape rope, or fled, or left. I don't know what it said, actually. What did it? Exited? I don't know. What did it say? Let's take on the old man. Let's see what he's got to say for himself. Let's see if we can take him on with our nicely trained Pokemon. I think we've been pretty kind to them so far. We've healed them. Elite Four and Chinchou. That's a perfect start. That's a fantastic start for us with Maypole here. We can absorb this thing very, very easily. We might actually be able to take on the gym next episode. I'm a little bit concerned about taking on the gym too early, but I feel like that will be the thing to do next episode. I feel like that will be the direction for us to head in. We can probably get another encounter next episode by heading south out of Violet City, I want to say. You get an encounter that way. Please do not. This is pretty bad. Paralyzed and confused. Chinchou putting in the dirty competitive strats here. That's not allowed. Confused Ray is banned in most draft leagues. It's definitely cheating. Definitely cheating. Okay. Spinarak is Morissette territory. It does feel cheap playing on Switch. I don't know. I might change it. I might change it, but then I don't know how hard this is going to get. It's been nearly 2 years, I think, since we did it. In fact, it's been 2 years since we did the last Doctor Lock. I don't know what month we finished it in, but it's been like 2 years since we started. I think we. That's nothing. This thing's level 10. Can we even beat this? Oh my goodness. Can we even beat this? And my dog is barking again. Why? Can we even beat this? Alright, switches out into Paris. That's a bit of a problem because Bug... Wait, is this Bug? No, I think this is Poison. I think this is Poison Grass. Oh, this is bad. This is really bad. We've got counter-teamed here. Alright. I can't risk it having Absorb. I cannot risk it having Absorb. I want to use a Paralyze Heal before, like, leaving Morissette on the field. But I can't risk it having Absorb. It just goes for the scratch. And it gets a crit and does nothing. So, we have our leftovers for some passive recovery. I'm going to use the Paralyze Heal now. I don't think we are immune to Stun Spore in this generation. I think that was a later mechanic. The grass types became immune to the like grass powder moves like Spore, Stun Spore, Poison Powder, things like that. I think it's immune to Poison Powder and all the rest. I'm pretty sure it is. Maybe it isn't. Maybe it's only immune to Sleep Powder, Stun Spore, and Spore. I don't know. Anyway, Poison Powder might be different. We can just quick attack this thing now. Hopefully this is a 2-hit KO. We are quite a few levels higher. Ooh, as it does go for the Stun Spore after we just healed off our Paralysis. That was what I feared. I don't think we're immune to it. I didn't think it would have it, to be honest. I just thought it probably won't have it. But we double dodge. Maypole coming through with a double dodge. It is dancing around that Maypole. And we're able to just knock this thing out. I think it does have the Effect Spore ability potentially, but we didn't get Effect Spore there. We didn't get any Paralysis or anything coming through. And we are back to full health with the Leftovers. Leftovers is so good. I'm actually going to stay in on the Spinnerack because all it showed was Constrict. It's a pretty high level at level 10, and I don't think Morissette was taking it on very well. So I'm just going to fire off the quick attack here. Hopefully this will be... Ooh, how much is that going to do? 37 down to 29 plus a poison. How much does poison take us down? We have the leftovers, 31 down to 27. So it does 10 damage. Leftovers goes before poison, so a crit won't kill us here. We can take this thing 1v1. Wow, this got hard. This got really hard. Maybe we're not ready for the gym. Maybe I need to do some grinding before the gym. This got really tough. Really tough all of a sudden. This old man putting us in a world of hurt. But we are able to pick up the KO here. Okay. Whew. That was a little bit tense. That was a little bit tense. We get fully all the way up to level 14. Didn't expect that. Did not expect that. So we're not far off a Grovyle, actually, which will be huge. The way you battle is quite elegant. You should be able to stand up to Faulkner, and you should be able to make good use of this. It is a technical machine called Flash. Take it with you. TM70. So this should still be Flash, because I believe, although I did randomize TMs, I believe field move TMs I did not randomize, because it's just obnoxious if you... Yeah, there we go. So we can still use Flash to get through the cave. Just makes it a bit easier to progress through the game, I guess. We find a Rawst Berry, which heals burns. Not useful right now when we've got a poison, but potentially useful later in the game. So I am going to use the antidote right now on Maypole, and I'm going to slightly extend this episode to get this encounter. Wow, I didn't expect that to happen like that. That's really useful. Slugma would be really cool. Slugma would be really cool. Okay, wow, didn't expect that. That came out of nowhere. After all those steps, and then right when I'm like, do I extend the episode, don't I extend the episode for the encounter? That's going to be useful for us, but boy is it annoying to play against. I'm just going to go straight for the first Pokeball, because I don't really want to Water Gun this thing. I don't really want to touch this thing with anything. I wish we had Yawn. The best way to catch this. Do I go into Maypole and absorb it? I might go to Maypole and absorb it. Let's do that. Okay, this is going to be annoying. Yeah, let's go for the absorb here. It should have Ember, but we should be able to take one, especially with our little bit of recovery from absorb. As it just goes for the Yawn again, and we get a bit back, but we go to sleep. So I think we're just going to spam this and try and wake up, as it's only clicking Yawn at the minute. Smog. That's not stab. It is super effective, but it only does 1 damage because it's not stab. Okay. If we can wake up, that would be great. If we could wake up, that would be great. Okay, please don't use Yawn again. Okay, Smog, perfect. So if we can catch this thing this turn, that would be ideal. And this would help with flying types as well when it evolves into Macargo. So this is literally the perfect solution for helping out with flying and ice types. And it has flame body as an ability, potentially, which hatches eggs faster. So when we do eventually add an egg to the team, we will be able to hatch it faster if it has a flame body ability. So that is huge. That is absolutely huge. And I know that Ben absolutely loves Macargo, and he always names Macargo Mag. So for Ben, we're going to name it Mag. Imagine naming it Maggie, seeing as though it's a girl. We'll just go with Maggie. That's close. It's close. I thought about you, Ben, and then I ignored you. Maggie. There we go. Let's have a look at Maggie. So we have a full party now, and actually relatively balanced. Not too bad. In particular, we have what we would refer to in competitive as a fire, water, grass core here. The kind of starter trio at the beginning of the game, covering each other's weaknesses really, really nicely. So I'm very, very happy with that. I think that's great. Sassy nature is not too bad at all. Basically, we lose speed to boost our special defense. We're not particularly fast to begin with. So, yeah, that's fine. Magma armor prevents us from being frozen. That is a useless ability, I think, because I don't think fire types can be frozen anyway, unless I'm mistaken. Maybe that was added in later games. Not quite sure. Regardless, I don't know whether that helps with hatching eggs either, actually, which is a bit upsetting. And maybe it only gets flame body when it evolves. I don't know. Alert to sounds, but I'm pretty happy with that. I think that's a really good addition team, really good nature. So far I just got Yawn and Smog, you can see here. Will be useful for catching other Pokemon, but obviously not the perfect moveset. Yeah, it's fine. It's a good addition team. We'll be able to work on that. So I'll probably do some grinding off screen, to be honest, because I do feel like we need some grinding. But at the start of the next episode, we'll get the eggs. So let me know how many eggs we're entitled to. And yeah, we'll figure that out next time. Thank you so much for floating around me, and I'll catch you again next time.